today, since Valentine's Day is coming up, I thought I'd share with you some of the heart rocks that I've found on the beach over the years. I have literally probably hundreds of heart rocks, but I've been out here a long time. I've been out here over 12 years looking and not looking and finding, and just my eye is attuned to that shape. So people have told me I've never been able to find a heart rock. I've never seen one. And I think that maybe if you don't have it within the realm of possibility for you that you're going to find one, that it would be harder to really notice one when you see it. You know how some people say, I'll believe it when I see it. And so they have to see one first. So I'm going to show you some, then maybe you'll believe it. I personally think if you believe it, then you'll see it. And it doesn't mean that you have to be looking for it all the time, but just if that possibility is open for you, when it is there, then you will notice it and you will see it. So I hope you enjoy seeing some of the heart rocks that I found over the years. I was walking back home and I started thinking about the heart rocks from a different perspective. Here I am at a different perspective. And here comes my kitty cat. How cute is that? Up onto the dune. Maybe I'll show her to you in a minute here. But anyway, I started thinking about the heart rocks from a different perspective. What happened to the heart rocks over the years? And most of them are on my deck. I have kind of a weathered deck, and there's heart rocks on either side as you come up. But also, a lot of times I've ended up giving the heart rocks away because it was meaningful to do it at that time. One day I was walking along the beach here and I found a few heart rocks, and I saw two women walking, and for some reason I had this urge to give them some heart rocks, but I also felt a little awkward. They were walking and talking. I didn't want to interrupt them. And anyway, what ended up happening is they asked me to take a picture of them, and so I did. And then they shared with me that one of the women was going to have surgery for breast cancer the following Monday. This was on the weekend. And so at that point, of course, I gave them the heart rocks. This was her best friend with her who had come from California to spend the weekend with her before she had her surgery. And so I knew, that impulse to give the heart rock to them came from whatever connection there was with that emotion. And I find it interesting because at that time, I was considering starting a center for people with cancer where they could receive holistic support. And since then, I have started, I'm one of the co-founders of a cancer support nonprofit. And so when I think of that story, it's very meaningful to me. I've also given heart rocks to people who are just going through a rough time or just love them for a birthday or something like that. So it's kind of funny. It's just a rock, right? We don't think that much of rocks, but rocks have a huge impact on our lives too sometimes. It brings you a message when you need one day. I was really kind of wondering, what's it all about? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? And that day I found about 23 heart rocks. It just one right after the other. And I just felt like I was receiving this message from the guidance from above, Yeah, I love heart rocks. And I think it does give us that feeling that we are loved and cherished. And here's my kitty cat, Clara. Let me see if I can get you in the picture. There she is, as I like to call her, Clara the Beach Cat. She does like to come out here on the dune and see what's going on. Sometimes when I've been out taking sunrise pictures, all of a sudden I feel something against my legs, and she came down to the edge of the water with me. Right, Clara? You beach loving cat? Yes you are. What a sweetie. So here are some of the heart rocks that I've found over the years. As you can see, they're on the weathered deck, as I mentioned. This is one of the most perfect ones I've probably found. You can see there's a little crack in it because this one's granite and they are fragile to some extent. I think that one broke, but here you can see another one, slightly different shape. This one is some sort of granite, and it amazes me the different types of rocks and kinds of rocks and combinations of rocks that you can see that all end up in, wow, look at this one, what a perfect heart shape that is. And here you can see one has kind of an interesting pattern on it. I just love that one. And then this very dark one, Not sure. You know, I'm not a geologist, so I don't know a lot about what kinds of rocks they are. Some of them, really, I like to think where they came from, you know, with the glaciers moving over the area and forming all these different kinds of rocks. I actually have a lot of pictures of heart rocks and even heart-shaped sea glass that are on my website, so if you want to check that out, my website is salisburysunrises.com, and you can get a picture. I have a few around where I live, a few heart rocks that I have pictures of that I enjoy having around me. And here's a nice lineup on the deck. I kind of like this one. It's an interesting combination. And then we have another nice, like very white granite one. All kinds of different combinations here. And this next one coming up, I just love. Don't you love this? It's split down the middle, 2 different colors, definitely a heart shape. And this last group here on the beach, where I hope you will find your own heart rock soon too, if you get to go to the beach. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I have lots more videos about things I've found on the beach, and sunrises and sunsets and lots of beach themed videos. So please subscribe. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.